Y'all gotta excuse me. Now y'all know usually I don't drink nothing when I'm on live. I don't eat nothing when I'm on live, but today I have to. Those of you who don't know, I actually had surgery on my mouth today. Like I literally just had surgery. So I might be slurring up my words. So please forgive me. On YouTube, please forgive me. On Facebook, Instagram, please forgive me. I do apologize for the slurring of the words. But thank you. My hair, yeah, I just had to get my hair done too because my ends were dying, so I had to get my hair cut. So I had to cut a lot of my hair off. That's okay. I'll be back working out pretty soon, so I'm sure I'll sweat this out by the end of the week. My hair will not look like this the next time you see me, at all. So nevertheless, if you're having trouble on Instagram, go to YouTube and go to Sade Burrell, and it'll come up on YouTube. So everything on Instagram is on YouTube as well. Okay, so I got both going at the same time. All right. The lighting is always better on Instagram than it is on Facebook. On YouTube. I don't know why, but the lighting is always better on Instagram. All right, let's go. All right, so like I said, I had surgery on my mouth, so literally this morning. But because I said I was going to go live, I'm going to go live, and a lot. So you're gonna see me slurring just a little bit. Just bear with me. I'm gonna drink some water and things like that. But I had surgery on my mouth, so I'm learning how to talk with my new smile. Very hard to smile because I had this dang surgery on my mouth, and my mouth hurts. But let me teach you something about it. Why would I be here after I just had surgery on my mouth and I can barely feel my lips? Well, the reason why is because you have to be a woman of your word or a man of your word. I don't care whatever it is you call yourself, be a person of your word. The reason why it's so important is because you want your name to enter doors that your feet have not stepped into. Oh, let me say that again for the people in the back. You want your name to enter doors that your feet have not entered. Ooh, what does that mean? That means that by the time you meet people, they should know who you are. They don't know who you are. That means your name has not entered the doors before your feet did. And how do you enter doors before your feet do? One, you keep your word. Don't be a liar. If you say something and you don't do it, you're called what? A liar. All right, my mom used to always say this, don't say lying, say telling stories. I tell my kids that to this day too. I say, don't say the word lying, just say telling stories. The truth is, you're lying. You're lying. You told somebody you're gonna be there at this time, you're not there. So I'm here. I don't get paid for this. Don't nobody pay me on Instagram or on YouTube or nothing like that. I do it because I truly believe in what I'm getting ready to teach you all. I do. I truly believe in it. What's going on? Unsung heroes of color. Oh man, they got a surprise coming pretty soon. They got a surprise coming. Hey, make sure y'all go follow Unsung Heroes of Color. I want you guys to go follow that page for me. You get a chance. All right, let's get into it. We're working from the opportunity guide. If you have your book, great. If you ordered your book last week, it was mailed off last week, right? If you ordered your book yesterday, I just mailed them off today. The postal office was closed yesterday, so I mailed off your book today if you ordered yesterday. But we are going to be studying it from my book, The Opportunity Guide, okay? And right now, we already went over last week. We went over know your mission, right? So you're not wandering aimlessly. Now we're on principle number 2, which is be faithful. Be faithful. Be faithful. I know the ladies are screaming, yeah, they need to be faithful. They out here doing whatever they want to do. They need to be faithful. I'm not talking about that type of faithful. Number one, if you're over 30 and you're in a relationship where they ain't being faithful to you, that's on you. You need to get out that relationship. I'm not here to give you no advice on relationship. Well, I talk about being faithful. We're going to get into it, okay? So be faithful. Be faithful. That's principle number 2, right? So now that you discover what your mission was, you're able to be faithful. Let's see what the prerequisite. Remember, we got a prerequisite. On every one, we got a prerequisite. Let me go over what a prerequisite is. A prerequisite is something you must do before you can move on to the next thing. So in college, if you want to take math if you want to take math 119, which is statistics, you first have to take or pass the test that says you know how to do algebra. You can't just go into stats. So you have to pass one, then you can go on to the next, right? Same thing when you got chemistry, right? Can't go on to, the higher chems, 255, if you haven't taken chem 152, right? It's a lower one. Prerequisites. So let's see what the prerequisites are for being faithful. The purpose of this context, being faithful means, sorry. Let me start over. Forgive me. The medicine's wearing off, so I can barely read, y'all. Bear with me. For the purposes of this context, being faithful means being honest and true to yourself and others. It can also mean the ability to keep your alliances. I love this one. The ability to keep your alliances. What does that mean? That means if I'm rolling with this team, I'm rolling with this team. There's no if, there's no ands, there's no maybes, there's none of that. I am rolling with this particular team. I've created an alliance with you, meaning I've gotten to a commitment with you, and I'm going to keep that alliance. So that doesn't mean when you make me upset, I'm gonna go tell all your business. It's not what it means. It means that you can be faithful to those individuals or that team. All right. So let me see if I can come up with an example. I guess one of the best examples for me would be let's take this, right? We live in a world where now people don't stay at jobs for like 30 years or anything. They just don't. I have one friend who bounces around at different jobs every year. I have no clue how they keep getting hired, but they keep getting hired. That's just the generation that we're currently in, where they don't stay at jobs. But it was a time when people were so like dedicated and faithful to their job, they stayed there for 30 years. I'm not saying it's smart. I'm not saying it's dumb, but they stayed for 30 years because they believed in a product, services, or company that they were working for. A lot of people try to make them feel bad, like, oh, you wasted this amount of time doing this and doing that. And that's not true. They were faithful to and that's the way I am, right? I think if you go look at my quote from the other day, I said, but I didn't quit though. Like I don't quit anything that I do. I've never quit. That's my only talent, is that I've never quit. I don't care what it is. People always say, even with college, I'm not smart. Oh, like I said before, I'm not smart. I just don't quit. I started, I finish it. That's just the end of it. Not too long ago, I was teaching my kids a lesson. I said, look, anytime we start anything, I don't care what it is, you start drawing, you finish it. And you don't just finish it, let me hurry up and get it over with. No, you do it with the spirit that is beyond anyone's expectation. The spirit of excellence is beyond anyone's expectation. So anything I do it with the spirit of excellence. Anything you do, you need to do it with the spirit of excellence. The spirit of excellence is what you should do everything with. And that is how we begin to be faithful. And so that is why we got people who worked at jobs for 30 years, because they were doing things with a spirit of excellence. And anything I do, I touch it. If I start it and I finish it, it's done with a spirit of excellence. I'm not just finishing it just because I just need to get it over with. I didn't just go to school and I'm gonna give me a 2.0 GPA because that's all I need to graduate. And by the grace of God, I didn't think like that, because had I thought like that, I wouldn't be able to go to graduate school. I have to go back to school to raise my GPA so I can go apply to graduate school, which would have been a waste of time. So do it with a spirit of excellence. All right, let's go. So we're being faithful, right? So anything you start, you finish. If you make that your only talent, you'll be all right in life. If that was your only talent, was not quitting, that alone would take you to another level. Most people quit. We live in a society where we make it okay for people to quit. We make it okay for them to quit, and we don't make them feel bad. Not that you should go around making people feel bad for quitting, but you darn sure shouldn't make them feel comfortable. Again, if this screen is freezing on Instagram, please go on over to YouTube. Sade Burrell, and you'll be able to go on YouTube and you'll be able to see a little bit more clear. Nevertheless, we have normalized quitting, which is why no one's faithful at all. It used to be a time when people had alliances and they said no matter what happened, think about the R&B group, right? You never see them nowadays because they have no alliance to anyone anymore. You see individuals now. It used to be a time when you can say nothing about Destiny Child. You can say nothing. You couldn't say, hey, Michelle Williams is this or that. Kelly is this or that. Because Beyonce would say, oh, no. Again, we have no alliance. She was faithful to Destiny Child. What are you faithful to? Yeah, that's right. There it is right there. Not faithful to anything or anyone. I have many people that I have alliances with, and even if they get dragged out like a dirty dog, right? Even if they are wrong, would I correct them in public? Here is my take on that. Unless it's blatantly flat out wrong, like you putting a knee on someone's neck for 9 minutes, then I'm not intervening until we get home. That's one thing about me is that I try to protect my alliances by correcting them in private. People may not always agree with it, but like I said, unless a knee is in someone's neck for 9 minutes and they're screaming for their mother, otherwise, I don't intervene in the sense of, now let me correct myself because some of y'all going to try to use my words against me. Oh, Sade, you said, no, hold on now. If it's life or death, I'm stepping in, intervening no matter what. But I tell you this, if your crown was crooked, oh, this is going to be my quote anyways tomorrow. I can fix your crown without telling the world it was crooked. I can fix your crown without telling the world it was crooked. That's what I mean. Imagine, right? The other day, I think someone was on my face or something like that, and my daughter just humbly came over and whispered in my ear. She so gracious, just gracious, and she said to me, "Hey, you might want to." I fixed it. I said, "Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that." She didn't doubt me. She didn't scream, "Hey, you got She didn't do that. All right, there you go. Protect your alliances by correcting them in private. Now, if I correct you in private and you choose not to listen, then we have to reevaluate our alliance because now you're impeding on my morals and my values. Because I'm not correcting you because I wanted to hurt your feelings. I'm correcting you because I wanted to help you. And I don't want you out here embarrassing us as a culture, as a people, as an organization, or anything. And I'm correcting you to help you. And if we have the alliance that we need, then you will understand that is where I'm coming from. There's no question about where I'm coming from. All right, let's keep it going. It says right here in the prerequisites, did you know most people are passed up on opportunities because they're not able to be faithful to the person who could have possibly provided them with an opportunity? Let me read that again for the people in the way back. Did you know most people are passed up on opportunity because they're not able to be faithful to the person who can possibly provide them with an opportunity? People don't wait around long enough for the opportunity. They're like, I done been here 30 days and you still ain't promoted me. Oh, I gotta go. Well, they appreciate me. You've been here 30 days. I just learned how to pronounce your name. I just stopped calling you Sadie and started calling you Sade. What you want. But what I've learned is that there are certain people in my life right now who stuck with me through it all. I mean, years. I've been speaking for years. And these people, I promise you, they didn't stuck around for so long that when the opportunity comes, it's people, let's take the person who did my hair. Let's say, I don't know, for some reason, life happens, everybody blows up, whatever. I take that person with me. The person who dresses me when I get on stage, I take that person with me because they've been around for years. They were committed. They were committed to the cause. They were committed to the mission. They understood everything. But you don't stay around long enough. You leave after a year. 1 year and you gone. oh, it ain't turning out the way I thought it was gonna turn out. So you leave? And then when the company blow up, I used to work for that company back before they was. No, don't tell nobody you used to work. Take us off your resume. You wasn't there long enough for you to even say you worked for us. How many people used to work for Amazon before Amazon became the Amazon? And they run around telling people, oh, I used to work for Amazon back when they used to only sell books. Y'all remember when Amazon only sold books? I do. I used to be, who in the world want to buy some books? I know my thinking was immature. In the words of Malcolm X, when we become politically more mature, right, we begin to operate completely differently. I'm now more mature, and I understand why people should buy books. Kind of like why you should buy my book, The Opportunity Guy. God bless you. Nevertheless, stay around long enough so that people can offer you an opportunity. You're passed up on opportunity. Oh, ain't nobody give me opportunity because you ain't been there long enough. Let's keep it going. Some people are not faithful long enough to receive opportunities from others. Shawty, you better say that. This is all in the book. This book is created to cause you to think. You're not even around long enough to make people want to offer you an opportunity. Oh, man. All right, let's go. Y'all know what's next. The golden rule is always next. The golden rule is next. Be faithful even when others are not looking. That is the golden rule. Be faithful even when others are not looking. I was just having a conversation with somebody, and I was telling them how I don't publicize half the stuff I do. Half people that I've or organizations or anything that I've helped. I don't do that because again, it goes back to I don't have to fix your crown in public. I can do it in private. I don't have to tell people your crown is crooked in order for me to fix it. So I'm going to be faithful even if the pay is not there, where I thought it should be. I'm going to be faithful even if, you have not been faithful to me, not because it's a one-way street, but because that's who I am. The golden rule is who you are. I'm going to be faithful because I'm not going to be taken out of character just because of some stuff that you did. It says, be faithful even when others aren't looking. I don't have to put on social media. Why do I need to publicly thank you? I don't need nobody to see this. All right, let's keep going. Now, this quote right here, next we got is the quote. All right, we have the quote next. And the quote is, keep your commitment to your commitment. And that is said by Les Brown, one of my favorite motivational speakers. He said, keep your commitment to your commitment. What do you mean? That means, again, if I say I'm going to be here at 5 o'clock, I need to be here at 5 o'clock. If you say, hey, I'm going to commit to doing this right here, you need to stick with it. You enroll yourself in school, you need to stick with that. If you decide you want to create a business, right, and these people have ordered stuff from you and have given you the money, when the moment they give you money, right, a transaction has transpired. A transaction has transpired, meaning you've now entered into a commitment with that person. If you don't produce the product or services or goods, you are now considered a what? You are a liar, and the truth ain't in you. You are considered a liar, and the truth ain't in you. Because you do not keep your commitments. I'll never forget the day when my mentor emailed me. This is not too long. It's about a year ago. About a year and a half ago, 2018, I believe. So it's almost going on to 2 years. My mentor, I kept RSVPing for events. I was RSVPing like crazy. And I wasn't showing up. Something would always happen. There were legitimate reasons. My kids were sick. I don't know. I stayed late at work. Something happened. Legitimate reason. My mentor emailed me and said, hey, Shadi, I noticed that you've been RSVPing for all these events. You don't show up. She said, just a rule of advice. If you say you're going to come, you need to show up. And the reason why is because it's going to ruin your reputation. I was so angry at her. I was mad. And I didn't let her know that. I just sent her an email saying, thank you, I appreciate it, right? You ain't gonna know I'm really mad. Thank you, I appreciate it. But when I sat back and I thought about what she said, I said, you know what? I was the one who said that I was going to keep my commitment. I was the one who said I was going to go because I RSVP. That was me. I RSVP. So because I RSVP, then I should show up. I did not keep my commitment to my commitment. That made me so upset that I actually started keeping my commitments to my commitments. All right, let's go. Affirmation. Y'all know what's next? Affirmation. You should be looking in the mirror, saying the affirmation. When you get the book, you should be looking in the mirror and you should be saying this affirmation to yourself. I am faithful to my friends, colleagues, significant other, and all who trust in me to provide me with an opportunity. I am faithful to my friends, colleagues, significant other, and all who trust in me to provide me with an opportunity. All right, now y'all know what's next. The tip. What you should be doing, a tip. That's a little tip jar. Y'all like a little tip jar? A tip jar. All right, tip. Whenever you're leaving a job or transitioning from one opportunity to the next, write a thank you letter as a gesture of good faith. All right, so it says basically whenever you're leaving from one job or transitioning from one opportunity to another, you should always write a thank you card. My mentor taught me that. Even to this day, I write thank you cards. I need to get better with writing thank you cards with people who purchase my book, The Opportunity Guide. If you purchase my book tonight, I'll write you a thank you card. Nevertheless, that shouldn't be a reason you buy the book. You should buy the book because it's great material, not because you want a thank you card. Nevertheless, a thank you card, I've always written thank you cards to people. My mentors, when I leave their house or they take me anywhere, we go out to eat, whatever it is, always send a thank you card just to say, hey, I appreciate you taking time out of your life to spend time with me. Right? That will separate you from others. Ain't nobody writing thank you cards nowadays. Ain't nobody writing thank you cards. You know what they're doing? They're writing thank you emails or not doing anything at all. So get their address before you decide that you are going to, end the day and just say, hey, just wanted to send you something real quick in the mail. I hope it's okay with you. Do you mind if I get your address or appropriate place for me to send something to? So write a thank you card. Even if I decide to leave my job today, I will write a thank you card. Probably a thank you letter. And not just a regular letter saying, hey, I quit. It would be you get that letter, and then you'll get an additional letter that says, hey, thank you for this amazing opportunity. Because of this opportunity, I've been able to. And it helps people feel good when they know that they have contributed to you being able to move on to even greater things. All right, let's keep it going. All right, homework. Remember, there's always homework. The last thing you do with everything is homework. You're going to have homework to do, okay? All right, this homework right here. Have you ever heard of the 10 Commandments? Have you ever heard of the 10 Commandments? Most people have heard of the 10 Commandments. All right. The 10 Commandments are laws created by God Elohim to set the standards of what's acceptable in his world. It can also be described as principles. Principles are fundamental truth and propositions that serve as a foundation for a system of beliefs or behavior or for a chain of reasoning. A rule of belief governing one's personal behavior. So a simple way of saying it is, all right, for those of you who are Christians, you guys look at the 10 Commandments and say, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt do that, thou shalt honor thy father and mother, thou shalt not put no other God before me, thou shalt not have no idols, thou shalt do that. Yeah. You have the 10 Commandments. So for your homework, for this particular chapter, you are going to create your own personalized 10 Commandments. This is what's going to help you be faithful. The 10 Commandments, we must follow them. You don't follow the 10 Commandments. You're not following 10 Commandments. Well, why you don't have your own personal 10 Commandments? Why you just running around with no guidance, no support? So what I do is, I've written right here examples of my personal 10 Commandments. Thou shalt work hard. Thou shalt be committed. Thou shalt remain focused. Thou shalt protect my name and legacy. Thou shalt break the cycle of abuse. Thou shalt break the cycle of poverty. Thou shalt give to my community. Thou shalt always keep my dignity. Thou shalt stay humble, and thou shalt not gossip. Those are my personal 10 commandments that I've written. I gave you an example, and then you are supposed to write in, you see here, your own personalized 10 commandments. It goes over to the next page. You need to write in your own personal 10 commandments. You got 10 of them, okay? It's opportunity for you to write your own personalized 10 commandments. Now, for those of you who have the book, you can write in the book. Those of you who do not have the book, I want you to take a pen and paper. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to get on Instagram, and I want you to write out your 10 commandments. I want you to tag me in them. Tag me in your 10 commandments if you want to share them. I encourage you all to share them so that people will know how to treat you, and you will know how to treat yourself. That is the purpose of the 10 commandments. They are guiding principles to teach us. Right? So write down your 10 commandments, tag me in it, and then I want to make sure that I'm able to help you. If you need help building your 10 commandments are what you live by. Thou shalt not be broke. Thou shalt honor thy financial status. I don't know. Thou shalt never beg for a job. Right? So just think about what are your 10 commandments? Your personal 10 commandments. What are they? What are they? When are you going to read them? Where are you going to post them at? Oh, y'all, my mouth is burning, boy. I tell you that much. I must really care about all 2 of y'all on this live. Shout out to y'all, the real MVPs. It hurts me to smile. I'm still talking, though. Ain't nothing gonna stop. I told my dentist, I said, look here, man. I have to speak. And I actually have 2 speaking engagements tomorrow online. Speaking to the Rotary Club. And I'm speaking where else? Shout out to City College. City College, speaking of City College, I promised them I'll speak to their care program. Shout out to them. But I say all that to say, my mouth is burning, but I'm here. Be faithful. Be faithful. Be faithful. What's going on? What's going on, Christy? Be faithful. Be faithful. Be faithful. You need to write out your own 10 commandments, your own personal 10 commandments. I know for a fact I refuse to be broke. I can't be broke. Oh, look, my taste buds are too now. Look, it was a time where I used to eat noodles for dinner. I can't eat no noodles. Oh, I refuse to go back to noodles. I can't eat no noodles. Oh, no, baby. I can't eat no noodles. No. Unless I decide I want to eat some noodles. I can't eat no noodles because, nothing wrong with noodles. I had to work myself up. I had to get an acquired taste. But again, thou shalt raise my children right. My children, I want to make sure that they're raised correctly. And what does correctly mean to me? They're respectful to people. They're respectful, more importantly, to themselves. My goal, look, I'm not trying to have my goal. This is honest truth. Someone put it just as simple. It said, look, my goal with my son is to keep him out of jail. My goal with my daughter is to keep her off the pole. Now I have more goals. That's just the starting points, right? Some of y'all like that's it. Now I have many goals and they have their own goals and aspirations and things like that. But those are 2 things. My son needs to stay out of jail. My daughter needs to stay off the pole. Unless she got a bit, never mind. No. Someone tried to convince me that is a form of entrepreneurship, and while it is, it's not a business I want to get into. But nevertheless, it is important. It is important for us to have our own guiding principles. Thou shalt what? What are you going to hold your children to? I have this thing about expectations. People say, should you have expectations on your children? I believe you should. People say, but what if they don't meet the expectations, then you're going to be hurt. Look, they need a starting place. If you don't give them expectations, they don't know where to start. I know families where, I have students who the fact that they graduated from high school with such an accomplishment They looked at them like they were crazy when they say they want to go to college. They said, well, why you want to go to college? You already done surpassed everybody in the family. What you want to do that for? Graduating high school in my household is like, we're going to celebrate you, all right, but you are expected to do that. You understand? Does that make sense? We're expected to do those things. Give people a starting point. Right? I used to be a 400-meter runner. They had a starting point. They just didn't say, hey, y'all start wherever you want and you finish wherever you want. It was an expectation. This is where you start. This is where you finish. So that's my take on so you need to be faithful to yourself, and you need to write out your 10 commandments. Tag me in it, okay? Y'all tag me in it, okay? I gotta get off this live because I gotta go rest my mouth. Because I got 2 speaking engagements tomorrow. And just trying to help out people. So I gotta make sure my mouth, so I can't talk the rest of this evening. So to God be the glory. Thank you all for being here. Please remember to tag me in your post. And I appreciate you. Oh, Cassandra, you came in. It's too late. It's over. This live is over. You came late. 5 o'clock was starting time. Hey, she gonna have to rewatch the live. Somebody tell her what happens when you're late. When you're late, you miss the gems. Oh, sip wine and beer. You're late. You're late. We started 30. Let me stop because other people gonna be watching this live and they can't see the comments and stuff like that. And I got people on the YouTube too. What's going on? Y'all make sure y'all check out this live again. Y'all take care. To God be the glory. God bless you all. You all stay strong. Write your 10 commandments out. God bless you. In that one.